Petrol prices have hit record highs and we're being warned the pump pain is going to get even worse. Electric vehicles are an option, but they are super expensive to buy. So a clever mechanic has found a cheaper solution.
There's no car that can't be converted.
They should do it, straight up.
Interest in electric vehicles has certainly exploded.
We're all feeling the pain of these fuel prices and they're predicted to get even worse. But imagine if you could convert your old gas guzzler into an electric engine and say goodbye to petrol Bowsers forever.
Graham Manietta is a mechanic who decided one day that he'd like to drive an electric vehicle.
I was already importing automotive parts from overseas. It wasn't a very difficult thing to find all the bits and pieces I needed to make an electric car.
2007 was when he built his first electric car and the interest quickly spread.
After that, people kept saying, oh, can you get me the bits so I can do one? And this snowballs and to the point where, OK, it's now business.
His business is now booming, with thousands of motorists wanting to convert their engine to be petrol-free.
There's really not much in there. What do you take out of these engines when you convert them?
Well, yeah, the radiator, obviously the engine,
the exhaust
system, pretty much everything inside here goes. There's little need for anything.
This was one of the first vehicles he converted. The batteries needed to power it, all built underneath.
And what's the range on this one?
Oh, this one would have a range of about 150 kilometres maybe.
He's also converted what could be Australia's first electric Land Cruiser.
This one will top out at 300 horsepower.
With that level of grunt, it can tow a 3.5-tonne horse float for more than 200 kilometres on a single charge.
So this is the beast, this one, Graham?
Yeah, this is the biggest motor we've ever done. We'd normally use this motor in something like a 20-seater coaster bus.
It was needed in the outback where diesel prices are sky high and solar power is plentiful, meaning its owner runs it for free.
Because we have solar, we have no fuel costs. We don't have any electricity costs, so we're so far ahead of the ball. And we're not rocket scientists. This is just common sense,
I just drive to work, drive home, plug my car in, and it'll be ready the next day.
Brendan Poole is happy he saved this Nissan Tiida from the scrap heap.
It'd run, then stop. And I thought, great, that's not going to be a problem for me. I'll take the motor out, put an electric one in.
Now he cruises the streets of Brisbane without even a care of what petrol prices have jumped to.
How do you feel these days when you drive past a petrol station?
Well, I don't see the petrol station, to be honest.
They're dead to you.
That's correct, yeah.
When you drive past a petrol station and see the price, and you just have a big grin because you're not paying that,
I think that the general public want to adopt electric vehicles and are certainly keen to do so.
Andrew Kirk is the RACQ's principal technical researcher and says electric vehicles provide dramatic savings on services too.
You don't have any of those internal engines and transmissions and that. You've just got an electric motor. So you're going to save on servicing costs.
The problem for Australian motorists is the climate wars that have plagued our federal politics for more than a decade have slowed the arrival of electric cars. Conversions are now slowly filling the void, with companies like Graham Manietta's Oz DIY electric vehicles at Logan, south of Brisbane.
I've actually got bookings that'll take me through for another 2 years yet in the workshop.
The good news is he can teach you how to do it yourself with a workshop held every third Saturday. The cost of a conversion starts at $16,000, which will get you a range of 100 kilometres. Longer range means more batteries, pushing the cost higher, and newer cars can also be more expensive to switch.
And in 10 years' time, I think it'll be so cheap to put in a 1,000k range of batteries because the technology is improving at an exponential rate.
The batteries should last at least 10 years and possibly up to 18 years, depending how much you drive. Graham now also recycles the vehicle batteries into power walls that you can attach to your home solar unit.
I fully believe that in 10 years' time, people will look at a person driving a diesel-powered car like we look at a smoker nowadays with a bit of disdain, you know.
So your little Teeter, it's clean and green and very cheap.
And it's recycled. So it was a petrol car blowing smoke, and now it's not. So it's still got a second life.